The attempt to blow up a jetliner on Christmas Day is raising serious questions about how vulnerable the U.S. still is to terrorism. Jennifer Wishon looks at what wasn't done to stop the latest attack and what may be done to stop future ones.
U.S. intelligence officials had the information they needed to stop 23-year-old Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab from boarding a U.S.-bound plane on Christmas Day, but didn't connect the dots, according to the president. Now critics want to know why the terror watch list system allowed Abdulmutallab to keep his American tourist visa and board a plane with explosives taped to his underpants.
At the airport, we provide very little attention to the passenger himself. We focus almost all of our efforts to what he carries.
The incident is raising serious questions about the future of airport screenings, and the debate over religious and racial profiling is intensifying.
100% of all the terrorist attacks against the United States last year were carried out by Muslim jihadists. So if that's the one common denominator, let's include that in the mix.
Some senators are questioning the way the Obama administration is handling the situation.
Her comment that there was no evidence of a wider conspiracy is just plain wrong.
Meanwhile, a homegrown terrorist plot is moving through the justice system. Another Muslim man who said he wants to start jihad in Memphis goes to court in a few weeks for allegedly threatening to blow up several businesses in that city on Christmas Day. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.
In other news, a Vermont judge has ordered a Christian woman to transfer custody of her 7-year-old daughter to her former lesbian partner. Lisa Miller, the biological mother, conceived Isabella while Miller was living with Janet Jenkins. Miller left Jenkins after becoming a Christian. They've been fighting for custody of Isabella ever since. Last month, the same judge awarded Jenkins custody of the girl. Miller sought a delay in the transfer until an appeal could be heard, but the judge said no. He says Isabella has to be turned over on January 1st. Mexico City has legalized same-sex marriage. That makes it the first city in Latin America, and the largest in the world for that matter, to approve gay weddings. Lawmakers there say they partly did it because they want to boost tourism from homosexuals. But this issue is dividing this strongly Catholic city, with one pro-family group calling gay marriage, quote, total depravity. North America's next generation of missionaries is meeting this week in St. Louis, Missouri. They're part of InterVarsity's 22nd Missions Conference called Urbana. Heather Sells has more from St. Louis.
More than 16,000 students have descended on St. Louis from across the U.S. and Canada. Their purpose, to learn more about missions and God's calling on their lives.
Well, I think at Urbana what you find is a large number of students who are serious about their faith. They're serious about how their faith intersects the global needs.
Today's young people are thinking about missions in new and fresh ways. They're concerned about social justice issues as well as evangelism. And they're thinking about how to reach emerging communities such as Muslims and gays.
You know, one of the things that we found is that college students are the most hungry group of people to really learn what it means to build bridges with the gay and lesbian community, because it is getting thrown in their faces 5 days out of the week, 8 hours a day on the campuses.
More than 1,000 young people packed Marin's seminar on reaching out to gays. His focus, helping students find ways to dialogue with gay friends instead of cutting them off. Thousands more are choosing seminars on social justice issues like poverty and AIDS. For many, it's a unique opportunity to learn more about global needs and where they might fit in.
There's a lot of need, especially with like refugees.
I just wanted to get some focus on what the next step was, and also get to hear from other people that have kind of gone before me.
InterVarsity leaders say they'll challenge students to commit this week. For some, it may actually be a first-time decision for Christ. But for many others, it will be a commitment to missions, and wherever that takes them.
We're going to see a generation of students called into modern-day missions. At this convention, from the platform, the seminars, the exhibit hall, you're going to see students make the decision that will lead them throughout the course of their lives to a lifelong commitment to missions.
Reporting in St. Louis, Heather Sells, CBN News.
Senator Ben Nelson's decision to vote for the health care bill is hurting him badly with Nebraska voters. although he won't face re-election until 2012. If Nebraska Governor Dave Heinemann runs against Nelson, he holds a lead of 61% to 30% in a new Rasmussen poll. Only 17% of Nebraska voters approve of the deal Nelson made to support the health care plan. A new intelligence report says Iran is trying to smuggle in massive amounts of raw nuclear fuel. Iran is reportedly trying to acquire purified uranium from rogue officials in Kazakhstan. The Islamic regime appears to be running low on that nuclear material, so it's planning to pay $450 million for 1,350 tons of it. That would violate UN Security Council sanctions on Iran. You can always get the latest from CBN News by going to CBN.com.